Let me start by saying something plainly. No fluff, no sugarcoating. You were not crazy. You were not overthinking. You were not too much. You noticed the shift. Because there was a shift. And today we're going to talk about that, honestly, spiritually, and in a way that helps you walk out stronger than you walked in. God gave you discernment for a reason. In the Bible, it says in Hebrews 5 verse 14 that mature people have their senses trained to discern good from evil. That means this. Your ability to feel something is off is not a weakness. It's a gift. Some of you were taught to doubt that gift, to silence it, to question yourself before questioning what's happening around you. But let me tell you something real. When the energy changed, when the silence grew, when the effort stopped, you didn't imagine it. You recognized it. What being ignored actually looks like. Let's stop romanticizing confusion. Being ignored doesn't always look like someone blocking you or disappearing overnight. Sometimes it looks like you reaching out first, every time, them giving half answers when you ask real questions, you opening your heart, and them changing the subject. You trying to keep something alive, while they act like you're too much. Feeling tension, but being told everything's fine. Let me pause right here. Everything's fine is one of the most dangerous lies in relationships, because it teaches you to distrust your own experience. The slow fade. I knew someone, let's call her Maya. Maya had a best friend for years. They talked every day, shared everything, dreams, struggles, inside jokes. All of it. Then one day, things didn't end. They just started fading. Texts took longer. Calls stopped being returned. Plans were maybe instead of yes. And every time Maya brought it up, she heard, "You're overthinking. I've just been busy. Nothing's wrong." So Maya did what a lot of us do. She tried harder. She sent longer messages, gave more grace, lowered her expectations, until one day she said something that broke my heart. "Maybe I'm just too sensitive." No, she wasn't too sensitive. She was responding to emotional neglect. Let's call it what it is. This is not about sensitivity. This is about inconsistency, emotional withdrawal, avoidance disguised as busyness, indifference pretending to be normal. And here's the part that hurts. Some people don't leave loudly. They leave quietly, while keeping you confused. Even Jesus was ignored. Let's bring this back to faith. Jesus himself experienced this. In moments when he needed support, people fell asleep. When he spoke truth, people walked away. When he showed love, some responded with indifference. And yet, he never questioned his worth. The relationship that looked right but felt wrong. There was a man, James. From the outside, his relationship looked perfect. Pictures together, smiles, celebrations. But behind closed doors, he felt alone. He'd ask deep questions. He'd get surface-level answers. He'd try to connect. She'd scroll on her phone. He'd express concerns. She'd say, "Why are you making this a big deal?" And one night, he said something that changed everything. "I feel like I'm in this relationship by myself." Silence. Not denial. Not reassurance. Just silence. That's when it hit him. He wasn't being misunderstood. He was being ignored. What that actually means. Let's be real. When someone consistently shows you they're not meeting you emotionally, it doesn't mean you're asking for too much. It means they're not willing or not capable of giving what you need. And that's hard to accept, 'cause we don't just grieve people. We grieve what we thought they were, what we hoped they'd become, what we needed them to be. Naming the truth. There's a powerful idea in the gifts of imperfection. Owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing we'll ever do. Owning your story means this: admitting, that hurt me. Not minimizing it. Not explaining it away. Not pretending it didn't matter. The turning point. Let me tell you about someone named Danielle. Danielle spent years chasing clarity. She would ask, did I do something wrong? Are we okay? Why does this feel different? And every time she got vague answers. One day she stopped asking. Not because she didn't care, but because she finally understood something. If someone wants to be clear, they will be. That day changed her life. She said, I'm done trying to make someone care. And for the first time, she felt peace. How to move forward. Let's get practical. 1. Stop gaslighting yourself. If it felt off, it probably was. God didn't give you intuition just to ignore it. 2. Accept that closure might not come from them. This is hard. But hear me. Closure is not an explanation. It's a decision. You decide. I've seen enough. 3. Grieve the connection you wanted. Not what it actually was, but what you hoped it would be. That version. That consistency. That effort. That's what you're really missing. 4. Don't chase clarity from confused people. Some people thrive in ambiguity, because clarity requires accountability, and accountability requires effort. God doesn't ignore you. Let's ground this in truth. In Psalm 34 verse 18, the Bible says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. Close, not distant, not silent in indifference. Even when people pull away, God leans in. In boundaries, there's a powerful concept. You are responsible for your life, not for someone else's behavior. That means you don't have to fix their avoidance. You don't have to earn their attention. You don't have to shrink to be accepted. Let's bring this home. You didn't imagine being ignored. You experienced it. You recognized it. And now, you get to respond to it differently. Some of you are still holding on, not to the person, but to the possibility. Let me say this gently but honestly. You cannot build a real connection on potential. At some point you have to ask, is this relationship feeding me or draining me? You were not asking for too much. You were asking the wrong person. And when you finally accept that truth, you stop chasing. You stop questioning yourself. You stop trying to earn something that should have been freely given. And that's where peace begins. Not when they change, but when you do.